Welcome to Rebel and Lexi Reacts, and we are finding Halloween pranks and scare pranks to try to entertain you guys and entertain ourselves too. We know there are some people out there who do not like dolls, and while searching around trying to find some good content for the Halloween season, we discovered some doll pranks. So for those people who are scared of dolls or creepy dolls, we're going to enjoy your misery.
You get Clyde the Clown. A man received this 35-year-old Clyde the Clown doll as a gift from friends. Supposedly, the creepy doll has a history of strange, unexplained activity, like moving on its own, or sometimes being mysteriously found in a different location than it was originally left.
Interesting.
One late night, the man sets up a camera to monitor the doll. Recorded at 3:08 a.m., this is what he caught on tape.
Which an hour?
I thought it was over with at 3 though.
I think it's 4.
Watch the doll's head closely.
It's looking up a little bit. Look.
That's crazy.
You can hear it too.
It's like it's looked its head up towards the camera. That is crazy. I'm wondering if that was a time lapse though. It says 3:08. Did it move that slow, or did that take a progression of time?
I think it moved that slow. It was very subtle.
I think the doll is cute. I wouldn't be afraid.
Now it's leaning back down.
Oh wow.
The doll seems to be moving its head, but little do they know, they've gotten the attention of something else on the shelf behind them.
Wow.
That looks like
It looks like from Toy Story.
yeah, it does.
Wow. Everyone they watch this, they're like,
Wonder how long it took them to figure that out.
that or somebody commented on it.
Jessie. Wasn't that her name?
Yeah, Jessie.
Yeah, that's a Jessie doll. You remember when you got a Jessie?
Now this is one of those YouTube creepy doll videos that's particularly interesting because it's not filmed as a typical overdramatic haunted doll caught on tape style video. The children seem completely unaware of what's going on behind them. And the person who uploaded the video claims the creepy doll was only spotted later after watching the video back.
You already know how antiques go.
Oh, look at the arm on it. Wonder how they decided to... I don't know, sometimes if you had it sitting with nothing behind it, I might would believe it. I don't know. Not that I don't believe these things can happen, but...
The owner says he has no belief in ghosts, haunted objects, or the supernatural, but he admits that he just can't explain why this creepy doll seems to be moving on its own. A woman is recording her daughter playing with a new doll. Behind her, one of the child's other dolls can be seen sitting on the countertop. Now watch the creepy doll sitting on the countertop next to the girl, paying special attention to the doll's hand and the candle in front of it.
Hi, baby. You like your new toy?
Yeah.
What's his name? Lovable. Sure his name isn't like Fred or Henry? Oh, it's so cute.
The movement occurs right after the little girl refers to her new doll as, quote, lovable.
Lovable. Sure his name isn't like Fred or Henry?
The mom doesn't even notice the haunted doll moving while filming. The video features yet another composition doll. This one is said to be over 100 years old. The
Didn't
owners
say
of this doll would
sawdust
often
and
leave the
wood.
room, then return to find the doll in a different position than it had been posed before.
Probably the painting on
As an experiment, they set up a video camera to film their doll for 24 hours. The camera was set to record at any movement.
Look at the hand rising a little bit.
Both of them.
Hmm. 2 seconds.
Nighttime footage of the creepy doll looks like the typical shot on a potato paranormal footage.
What's that mean?
Looks like the doll might be moving, but who can tell? However, the better lit daytime footage of the haunted doll caught on tape is a bit more disturbing.
Uh-oh.
Crazy.
And then this happens.
かわいい。ちょっと髪型もっさりしてるな。もっさりしてるけど、なんかおかしい
Talking
な、やっ
about
ぱ
how
り。
cute a doll was.
なんかやっぱおかしいわ。まあ金髪次第やな。
In this live broadcast, the doll's eyes seemed to actually move for a second. The clip immediately went viral. So is this a live broadcast of a creepy haunted doll? Let me know what you think.
That's crazy.
Now, whether you believe in haunted dolls, whether you're freaked out by creepy clowns, or
I
even
think
whether you believe any of these clips are
It
real
could
or
be
not.
haunted dolls. I mean, it could be, but I also think too, what if there's a spirit in the house sort of kind of
Trying to communicate with
moving
it.
it? Yeah, something like that.
I mean, you know, some people that pass away are in this continuous cycle of believing they're not dead. And if it was probably a little kid, they'd probably play with it.
Definitely a thought.
Now, this next video requires a quick bit of backstory. In the early 1970s, Mattel Toys produced a doll called Saucy. Rotating the doll's arm would actually cause the doll's eyes and even its facial expression to change. YouTuber Brian Lebecki, who collects creepy dolls, claims that he owns a haunted Saucy doll. Brian says that his doll's face-changing gears are completely broken.
Mattel Saucy doll is supposed to be able to do this and all that. You can hear the cranking motion. It doesn't work.
However, Brian claims that late at night, the doll still mysteriously changes facial expressions all on its own.
There's been strange sounds, and I kid you not, I'm not making this stuff up. Especially when we got these two. The strange sounds, one evening I was in the loft, and I thought I heard some singing and giggling. And so I muted the TV, but I didn't hear nothing. So, I went back to watching TV, and sure enough, I kept hearing some singing. It's absolutely creepy. Why does it continue to go out of focus? What the? Are you f***ing kidding me? She hasn't moved. And her f***ing eyes.
Somebody wishing at you.
Keeps going out of focus every time I get back to these ones.
Yes, get it in focus, dude.
You got f***ing kidding me? Are you f***ing kidding me?
One night, Brian sets up a camera to monitor the doll's face.
Yeah, let's do that. All I can say is we have a real life haunted doll. Eyes and the mouth.
Mm-hmm. They look right at the camera, too.
It's like a slow progression. That is crazy.
He's looking at all the dolls.
As you can tell, it's time lapse doing that.
What do you think?
I think it's
Her daughter Heather from the YouTube channel Heather's Hauntings is also filming the investigation
Y'all need an
as
exorcist.
Patty attempts to communicate with the dolls via a spirit box.
the spirit box. Not
The doll. Wow.
As Patty is wrapping up the video, her camera captures something shocking.
I really don't know what to make of these dolls. I know that they all are haunted dolls. I'm pretty much 100% sure now that they are all haunted for sure. I mean, we already know that the big one is because we've seen her move in my office. All you fans.
Look, her head moved.
just ever so
So
slightly.
But it gets even creepier. As Patty says that she plans on getting rid of the doll seems to become even more active. Both Patty and Heather capture the incident on camera.
I'm not taking her with me when I move, so if any of you are interested in that doll, please let me know. Because I don't want to keep her, but I'd like her to go to a good home. I mean, if there's somebody out there that's interested, I don't. Did that thing just move?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Her head looked like an alien. She's trying to understand what she's saying.
I don't.
See, she did this, and then she went like.
Her freaking face just moved towards you.
Oh my god, Heather.
Like that legitly just moved.
Oh
Did you
my
see
god.
that?
Clay, did you see that?
Yeah,
Would
what
you
is
say
probably
you're not
hurt
taking her
by-
with you?
That comment, I
Oh
guess.
my
That.
And you think about it,
No, I just heard that.
it was like a little girl.
Are you serious?
Kid, probably.
That wasn't one of you?
No.
Oh my god.
I mean, anybody
God,
would
she
feel
really
hurt
just
by that.
f***ing move?
Her face.
Oh hell no.
But I don't think that's the
Oh
doll,
my
though.
god. Heather,
If
I got the
something's
cold
moving,
chills
it
from the
may
top of my
move.
head to
You're
my
gonna have to
freaking
catch
toe.
it
Oh
and
my
do
Doing the
god.
bell, and then they said they heard a voice.
Yeah, so that probably somebody's just using the doll.
You can check out the full videos and see all the things that Patty and Heather caught on camera over on their YouTube channels. Mindseed TV is a bit of a strange YouTube channel. A guy named Casey does some standard tech reviews of electronic gadgets and audio equipment. But then occasionally, he'll just order some random creepy thing from the internet and do a full-on review and paranormal investigation of the object. In this case, he orders a doll from eBay that the seller claims is haunted by the unhappy spirit of a little girl. Several previous owners of the doll said that they had heard what sounded like a child crying at night and claimed that they had had horrible nightmares of being trapped in a fire.
She was probably murdered.
So, Casey receives the doll and does a few paranormal tests. But he's
That's
a
how
bit
she died.
disappointed by the results.
It's like they're experiencing
Alright,
her
she's creepy
memories.
as hell looking, but this thing has not gone off once. Done with the spirit box now. I would say test number 2, there was some kind of activity going on. Not enough to say that this is haunted yet.
But then, he decides to set the doll on a shelf and record it overnight with an infrared camera. What he caught on tape is chilling.
This thing is so subtle.
So you can't really catch it with the naked eye. It's time-lapsed.
Looking at all the cameras.
Exactly.
Something doesn't feel right about that. It's like she's staring
Casey
lasers
says that the
at
video absolutely creeped him out. He also claimed that he experienced the very bizarre and horrifying nightmare of a freakish porcelain-skinned woman standing by his bed. In the end, Casey decides to cut his test short and just get rid of the doll. He even goes so far as to burn the figurine to ashes. So is this a haunted doll moving caught on tape? Or just an elaborate hope.
Why would you destroy
You
it,
decide.
though?
Why would you burn a vessel?
By the way, you can check out Casey's full possessed doll video over on his channel.
You know how it occurs me about people who buy these haunted things and have no idea how to use them or work with them? The thing is and it may sound crazy to some people, but if someone's possessed to something that's trying to give you messages, there's usually a reason behind it. So this little girl possessing a doll and giving them these messages and dreams, why would she be giving them to them? Probably for a specific reason. So why would you burn it? That's not going to set her free. That's literally just going to make her have to find another vessel, possibly, to give the message to somebody else. When you think about it, what if she's wrongly murdered at that time? That was her doll. She's trying to tell you that. And you just burn the vessel she's trying to tell you with something. I mean, don't buy haunted objects if you're just going to burn the vessel of somebody who probably needs help.
You're going to investigate.
I mean, if you were trapped on this earth as a ghost and you're trying to get your murder out to people, if somebody was maybe wrongly accused of murdering you and you knew who the person was, wouldn't you want to get that across to people where they can actually be judged properly?
Or what if this...
Or it's like arresting, because people need to actually know the truth.
Or what if the death was considered an accident?
An accident.
And then it really wasn't.
And it really wasn't. I mean, you got to think about these things, people. Don't be buying shit and then not know how to use it. If you're getting a possessed something, even if somebody knows how to work with possessed things.
Muna Bruzan says that she bought this creepy doll at an antique fair after she noticed that the doll's eyes seemed to actually be moving and following her. As she demonstrates in the video, when she picks up the doll, its head eerily seems to turn toward her, all on its own. But the creepy encounter doesn't stop there. Later in the video, as Muna is adjusting the doll, its eyes begin to follow her again, tracking her from side to side.
That's interesting.
YouTuber Waya Vlogs says that he bought a haunted 1940s clown doll at a garage sale. The purchase works out about as well as you would expect.
Alright, YouTube. I was just sitting down, getting ready to go to bed, and the fucking music box up there just starts playing. Sorry, I'm a little sick. I was trying to rest, but, after putting this doll back on the shelf, that hand decided to move, and I put that there just to, maybe these two things talk to each other. But no, the old lady that this belonged to, belonged to her mother, and she said that she calls it squeaky because at night you could hear the doll squeak, which I did hear it squeak.
See, he didn't do a thing.
Holy.
You need an exorcist. Don't die, kid. Please.
Holy. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, we did.
My f***ing hands are shaking.
I can see that.
Sorry. Let me switch the other hand. Holy the f***ing hand is
Give it to Ed and Lorraine Warren.
I'm actually probably going to lock this thing back up.
Wow.
Its hand f***ing moved out more, dude. Screw that.
Waya finally decides to just lock the creepy clown doll away in a chest. So is this a haunted clown? Or is Waya just trying to clown the viewing audience?
Doll. This video has been on YouTube since as early as 2009 and has been shared and talked about countless times. It's just such a convincing and scary video that no doll list would be complete without it. This young girl is holding a large doll which appears to be a quinceañera doll, which is a doll given to girls at their 15th birthday celebration. The dolls are dressed to look similar to the teenager receiving them, and are meant to symbolize the
remember those.
final
I felt
toy the
uneasy about
teenage
the
girl will
dolls,
receive
to be
before
honest.
becoming a woman. The doll is wearing a very extravagant dress as well as a tiara. The girl holding the doll is speaking Spanish, but she seems to be saying something about the doll being ugly. The doll quickly moves its head towards the girl, and the person holding the camera alerts her. Once the young girl notices that the doll's head has moved, she throws the doll down and screams.
Why would you get that doll? Oh!
Unlike in some other videos, the girl doesn't laugh at all, and there isn't even a clear smile on her face, talking in different voices for each of them. A male voice calls from another room and the child responds. As she turns back to her Barbie, not a second passes before the doll sharply turns its head towards the child. The little girl immediately throws the dolls down, screams, and nearly falls backwards.
That's me. Fall off backwards.
Sora, vem comer! Tá bom!
The video ends there, and there's no information on what became of this haunted doll or child. The dolls range from baby dolls to porcelain dolls,
because, like, they're
with
all
a sprinkle of
looking at
purposely
her.
creepy
they all
dolls.
look like they're sort of
There has to be at least
looking.
100 dolls visible in this video, as childlike
Oh my
creepy music
God.
plays in the background, while Sherry showcases several
Girl, you
dolls
have a
standing on
whole
one
house
side of
full
the
of them.
room. The camera pans over a short baby doll in a red and black dress. Though it happens quickly, the doll's right arm clearly switches from an outreach position to a downward point. Sherry
it's reaching
doesn't
up
seem
one of
to
the other
notice
dolls.
this as she goes about showing off her dolls, although she must have noticed later, as it is pointed out in the title and description of the video. Again, while most of us would have set fire to the doll and ran for the hills, Sherry doesn't seem to have an issue with it. In fact, in accordance to some of her other uploads, she seems to have a particular interest in creepy or haunted dolls. Nothing wrong with having a unique hobby, but most of us can agree we aren't brave enough to fill our homes with haunted dolls.
No, I would be.
Spunk was posting a quick vlog asking viewers to follow him on Google+. He had the doll in the background and in shot as part of the challenge, as he talks about needing help from viewers.
I think he's
At
like,
about
hey,
the
let's stop the doll. I'm
29-second
completing
mark,
the challenge.
the doll's right hand moves slightly. Spunk claims he didn't even notice this until a viewer pointed it out in the comments.
Click add to circles and then just click following. That'd be awesome.
She's
It'll
not
only
even
take
directed
like
at
a
the
few
doll either, so
seconds,
it's not like a
and that'll get me
look-
to
look at the
1,000
subtlety.
followers probably within like 5 to 6 days, and then I'll finally have a little click add to circles and then just click following. That'd be awesome. It'll only take like a few seconds, and that'll get me to 1,000 followers probably within like 5 to 6 days, and then
After this video, Spunk began experiencing more and more strange events. The doll would move from the spots it was left. Other objects would be moved allegedly by the doll. He caught an EVP from the doll, and in one video he seems to be possessed while holding the doll. During the EVP session, the app he uses works as a gateway to apparently allow the doll to communicate. Spunk asks if she's a ghost, and she says, "Not a ghost." At one point, in an agonizing voice, even begs, "Free me." Well, over a year later, after countless menacing events related to the doll, Spunk decided he didn't need the negative energy anymore. He sells the doll on eBay,
That one
but
didn't
does one
feel
more
human.
EVP session in the car before shipping it off. Although it's unclear what the EVP app says, it sounds like "sell and goodbye." This video of a
I wouldn't call
traditional
it a
nutcracker has
spirit, call
over
it an entity.
100,000 views. And it isn't because it's adorable. The original uploader claimed that this doll was in their family for over 400 years, and it was always rumored to be haunted. As more of a joke than investigation, the current owner decided to record the doll when no one was around.
Okay. That looks exactly like some of the nutcrackers that you have.
And those are very nice.
So I am having a hard time with
Believing.
this nutcracker having been in a family for 400 years.
I mean, because you know the 100-year-old doll was very weathered. So 400 years would be even more.
Well, I mean, 400 years ago, these nutcrackers would not look like that.
No.
You saw the really old one,
But they didn't really
the first
exist.
one. But yeah, exactly. 400 years ago, I don't
I don't-
think they would look like that 400 years ago. Okay.
Well, I think they said it was like a running joke or something, but something could actually be on it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but looking
400 years
at this nutcracker, I'm gonna go out and say no, it's not 400 years old. Just because she has tons of nutcrackers,
And they all look exactly like that.
and they look so similar to this, and hers aren't 400 years old either. But let's just still see.
In this minute-long video, the figure closes its mouth, shakes back and forth, and even completely turns around. While this toy is moving, a dog seems unsettled by the actions of the doll. The interesting fact here is that it's a common belief that animals can see spirits in realms that humans cannot.
Because they can't.
Using this presumption, we can infer that the small dog is seeing the spirit manipulating the figurine.
And may just be
This clip has
instinct
been
and
sped
fear
up
as soon as
slightly to
something
make the
right.
movements more visible.
That dog didn't like it.
And tells us a bit about them. In one of these videos, uploaded in August 2015, she introduces us to two of her dolls. Meanwhile, a blonde doll in the background can be seen moving slightly throughout the video. At first, it seems like the doll is just slowly moving or slumping over due to gravity. When paying close attention, however, the doll doesn't just slowly fall forward, it moves back and forth in position.
Dolls, if not a bunch of them, have some sort of an energy to them. And that it's not the best kind of energy that, you know, is a good thing to have around. And that just kind of makes me...
That one's moving too. The one in the white's moving too.
Furthermore, Kablam addresses this movement in another video. She explains that she notices the doll's movements in the previous vlog, so she sets up her camera to see if she can catch the doll moving without anyone in the room. During this short clip, the doll does visibly move. It seems to bend at the waist and stays in that position for the remainder of the clip. Kablam updated that she later rehomed all of the dolls to viewers that were interested because she couldn't handle the negative energy she believed they carried with them. Number 5, facial changes.
Okay,
Brian
so
Lubecki is a YouTuber who...
Why is she buying haunted dolls?
And then
says she can't deal with the negative energy and rehomes them.
That's part of the experience when you buy something haunted. There's energy to it,
So
whether it's positive or negative.
I think that's the thing is if she's wanting to purchase these haunted dolls.
You think you'd be expecting that. Kind of
Exactly.
like if you were to buy, because there's things around there that I've actually been tossing back and forth myself. There's cursed books out there. Now, people say, oh, that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to purchase it. But you know the rumor is it's a cursed
It's a
book.
cursed
and then
item.
when something happens and you feel the negative energy, then you're like, well, I can't handle this negative energy. But you knew that there was rumors saying it was cursed.
Exactly.
So why did you buy it?
Why did you get it? Why did you get it? Go
See-
ahead and don't purchase something that is... I think the thing is maybe these people think that a haunting or a cursed item is maybe fun, or maybe it's some type of something they can get a lot of likes from or whatever. But the thing is, if it truly is what it says it is, and you can't deal with that, whatever that energy is, it's best just not to do that. You know, because most of the time I think those types of people can't really deal with that anyway. That actually takes a person, I believe, who has gifts in order to
Be able to handle it.
Yeah, be able to deal with whatever
I mean,
it is.
like Lorraine Warren. Her and her husband had a whole room full of cursed objects. Now, people like that can actually deal with that kind of stuff because they continuously can get rid of the bad energy, or they can block it out.
Yeah, or they are sort of kind of putting it in jail in a way.
Yeah.
They're keeping it in one
But
area.
the thing is, if you know that has something on them or in them, regardless if it's a spirit that needs help or if it's a demonic entity that's in there that's put in it for a reason, why do you buy it if you know it's going to have negative energy? Don't be an idiot. Oh my god, why people gotta be so stupid? Aura.
This video features such a strong possession that it is easily discarded as fake. The motion of this stuffed teddy bear is perhaps the creepiest and most lively on the list. The most recent upload of the video is from a year ago, but it's been all over YouTube and Facebook for several years now, and the original source has been lost in the array of re-uploads. The video is about 2 minutes long and features 3 men sitting beside each other with a Ouija board in their laps. A webcam or low-quality phone camera is set up in front of the men to record anything interesting that may come of the Ouija session. Most uploads of the video do not have audio, so it's hard to make out what the board is saying, if it's saying anything at all. The men become stressed as they play with the board. One man wipes sweat from his forehead, while another adjusts himself in the chair nervously. While this is happening, no one notices that the white bear on the dresser behind them has been making clear, disturbing movements. It began at around 42 seconds in, when the bear moved its head back. It continued to move and look down at the men with lifelike motion. The man sitting to the far left seems to notice the bear and looks up at it several times, but the bear stops. He tells the other men about it, and when they put down the board to investigate, they see nothing wrong with the bear, and when they pick it up, this gives us evidence that no strings or puppeteering is occurring. Frustrated and in disbelief, they all sit back down, but the bear immediately starts to make rapid movements that resemble a possession. This time, all 3 of the men witness it and run out of the room.